What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck. This is Xtreme Gainz. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Thursday, September 15th, 2022, and this is my AMC Gme and SPY Algo exposed daily update and preparation video for tomorrow, TGIFF and beyond. I hope you all had a great day in the market today, and I hope you were able to make some extreme gains for yourselves. Moving on to everything to keep things moving here, my extreme gains for today from my scalp setups on the 7 tickers that I set up every single day provided 13 entries from trigger, highest ROI today being 140%. Next one down 100%, and I had 2 of those. Next one down 70%, and then from there down to 25% and multiples of them to round out the list for today. Always super happy and grateful for those. Likewise, the Xtreme Gainz Premium Discord family had a monster day today. Congrats to all of you on your extreme gains. It is always well deserved. And to all of our extended family out here in YouTube land, I hope y'all were able to do something similar today and make some extreme gains for yourselves. Moving on to the charts. Currently on your screen is AMC 5-minute chart on your left, SPY 5-minute chart on your right, with the blue micro intraday snake on both of them from my snake algo method. And you can see the laid in projection and then the subsequent fulfillment of it on both of them respectively today from market open till market close. Another dead on day from the micro intraday snakes. Moving on to the intra-week snakes and the macro comparatives. On your screen is AMC. AMC finished the day today, regular trading hours, down 0.3%, currently down an additional 1.32% in after hours, trading at 975. The current intra-week snake, this blue one here, has been continuously fulfilling its projection throughout. We initially started to fulfill that once again today with the continuation to upside move first thing this morning. However, since then it hit the previous resistance and back downside it has come, potentially completely detaching and diverting from a continued upside fulfillment of this current intra-week snake. So in an attempt to stay out in front of this, if that's the case, I did go ahead and show you all an interim snake last night in case this morning move was downside today instead of upside. It wasn't, so I got rid of that and clipped the real potential day of, which is the green red day prior to this divergence here today. So yesterday's clip and today's clip. So here's what they would look like if price action were not to grab a quick, hard bounce back upside and converge back with the previous intra-week snake here. These will be the 2 that I am looking at moving forward unless something changes. So here is the day prior to, and you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to fulfill it. And the day of divergence, today's clip. And you can see likewise what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to fulfill it. They look like mirror images almost of each other throughout the length of their projection. They are together here with this initial downside projection to the macro ascending level of support around the $9.40 level, and then they divert from each other, and that is where we should get a decision of definitive direction in one way or another if we continue to fulfill to the downside as they are both projecting going into tomorrow. So that is everything I am currently looking at with AMC from an intra-week perspective moving into tomorrow and beyond. Up next is the macro comparative for AMC. As you are aware of, I have been using the previous double bottom 2 doors back from right here. I had used it previously within this double bottom and the entire 5 months worth of price action that I projected and fulfilled by using it. I have since put it in its flipped position, the blue macro comparative that we're looking at here. And since I placed it up here at the peak, it has continued to fulfill to the downside to the macro ascending level of support, the initial bounce, and then price action diverted to the downside away from it. and in the mirrored position of itself, it started fulfilling to the downside on that breach of the macro ascending level of support. Since then, it looked like we could potentially converge back with it, and you can see that we started to potentially do that here. I talked to you in last night's video about this still being, in my opinion, in range to fulfill either the continuation to upside or the breach and back downside for the continued mirrored fulfillment moving forward, and that is essentially where we are still at today. Here is the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video. You can see where we were within that last night, the projection from it, and today's fulfillment. We have essentially stayed right where we were last night. So obviously nothing from that perspective of a projection has changed, and it is still looking the same going into tomorrow. I talked to you all about my macro confirmation level to upside and downside that I am using for confirmation of this next move, whether it be upside or downside from this location. That's in previous videos from this week. So for context, if you need to check that out, go check that out. That is everything I'm looking at with AMC. Up next is GME. GME finished the day today. Regular trading hours up 1.71%, currently down 0.91% in after hours, trading at 28.35. The current intra-week snake that has been projecting and fulfilling its projection both in the straight up and mirrored position for over 6 weeks now. It's actually completed its 6 weeks now. So we are into the 7th week of projection and fulfillment from this intra-week snake. I have looked at in 2 positions. Here is one of them with the bottom on bottom, and you can see where we have continued to fulfill that here today once again. Let me pull up the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video. GME Snake Thursday. There is the bottom on bottom positioning from last night's update and prep video, the projection from it, and today's 100% continued fulfillment of it. So you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. The secondary position of it was a little bit different and nuanced. It was indicating that the upside move here was a mirrored fulfillment of this downside bottom, and then we converged back with it for continued fulfillment here. And in that position, we have continued to fulfill it like you see it here on your screen as well. Here is the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video, the location within it, and today's continued fulfillment of, oh, this is Sunday, my bad. Snake Thursday, Snake Thursday. Here we go. There's the right one. You can see the continued fulfillment of it today and where it has us set at right now and what the projection would be from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. The difference is if we are in the bottom on bottom position, we should receive some more consolidation throughout before putting the second bottom in out here versus putting that second bottom in right next door where we're at right now in the more compressed, nuanced version of that placement. So that's everything I'm looking at with the intra-week snake and GME. Up next is the macro comparative for GME. As you are aware of, I have been using, just like AMC, the previous double bottom. And I have used this in both the straight up and the mirrored position throughout. It has continued to fulfill its projection in both of those positions throughout for over 5 months, like AMC's previous one as well. You can see the current location within it, the fulfillment of it once again today. And here is the side-by-side from last night's update and prep video, the position within that, the projection from it, and today's 100% fulfillment of it. And then obviously the projection from it moving forward. That is everything that I'm looking at with GME. Last but not least is SPY. SPY finished the day today, regular trading hours, down 1.14%. Currently down an additional 0.63% in after hours, trading at 387.65. The current position of it, we talked about this potential confluence of support that's here with the internal reverse third pull in my box top schematic, sitting there acting as resistance where price action has respected it along its way down here, and the previous macro W formation neckline over here now acting as support for the W here that we got and back down to where we're at now, therefore forming that confluence of support. However, price action in after hours has breached that level to the downside. As far as the intra-week snakes, we talked about in last night's video and have been, here is the, and has been the ongoing intra-week snake for quite some time. And in its straight up position, we talked about this bottom being consolidated and fulfilled along the macro ascending level of support, and then the bounce being put in to the upside for a continuation of fulfillment. That has not happened. We have diverted to the downside. It could be a mirroring of this to the downside. So we did look at that as well. So here is that position as well to the downside right there. So if that's the mirrored position of that, you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill this intra-week snake. If it does not, I will be cleaning this up, calling this a diversion and treating it the same as AMC, and I have done that already in an attempt to stay out in front of this thing. I have clipped today and yesterday, considering that today was the divergence from that intra-week snake. So if price action does not come back upside in a big way as quick as possible going into tomorrow morning, then this will be considered invalidated, diverted from, and the interchange will take place. If and when that does that tomorrow, these are the potential new upcoming intra-week snakes that I will be tracking. Green is the day of divergence today after the indicator until 4 p.m. And here is the day prior to yesterday after the indicator until 4 p.m. Here is the overlapped placement of the day prior to and the fulfillment of it throughout its overlap, and you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then the day of divergence, likewise with its overlap, and you can see the fulfillment of it as well and the projection from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. So that's everything I'm looking at right now with intra-week snakes from AMC, or I'm sorry, from SPY. I'm tired, bear with me, I'm trying to hurry and get this out. Then last but not least is the macro comparative from the 0809 correction and crash. We've been tracking this forever on my channel here. Here is the bird's eye view of that macro comparative, as it's been a projected suggested path for quite some time, and price action has faithfully fulfilled this. And here we are within it once again, still continuing fulfillment after the previous double bottom, the move back to the upside to that 430 top, the head and shoulders, the breach back downside, even the crazy volatile move back to the downside here projected. And where that puts us within that is right here. And you can see it fulfilled once again today with that breach to the downside. And you can see what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it in this position. My friends, my family, that is everything I have that I am looking at with AMC, GME, and SPY moving into specifically tomorrow and beyond. Tomorrow is going to be more or less a confirmation day with the potential new upcoming intra-week snakes, and or we get a bounce and continued fulfillment of the current intra-week snakes that have been continuously fulfilling, that we have been projecting from on the channel here for weeks on end. So tomorrow's going to be looked at as a confirmation day from that perspective. Outside of that, that is everything that I am looking at for all of them, and that's everything I have for this video. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate it. Do not forget to smash the like button on your way out. Leave me a comment. Let me know how y'all did today in the market. I'm not going to have an update and prep video out again until Sunday afternoon for the weekly update and prep. Make sure you look out for that. Do yourself and me a favor, make some extreme gains for yourself in the market tomorrow. Have a great day, enjoy your weekend, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Later.